How's everyone doing? First time back in streaming in a long while.
Temperature's decreasing. It's now 24 Celsius. Disengage limiter. All clear on pit exit.
So a lot has been going on since I last streamed. As you can see, I got a new rim. I got a new VR headset, the Pimax. And I got married, so fair bit going on. So this race isn't going to be official. I don't think it got enough people, but I think it's a good chance for me to stream, do some laps, see what the performance is like with the new headset, and yeah, without too much consequence of being a real race. Speaking of race, we are at Suzuka, which is one of the best tracks in the world, I reckon. This and Spa are probably my favourite tracks to drive. Some really tough bits, like that corner, spoon curve. But yeah, just gonna check the stream. We look good, I think. By the way, I don't have chat windows in this new VR, so I can't see anyone's messages, but sorry, that would have been really loud. But as I said, it's a bit of a trial with the new wheel and the new headset.
The exit looks clear. Okay, Zoltan. You've got 2 laps to set a decent time.
The headset is much larger in size, but it's not heavier. So I'm still getting used to the size though, and how it sits on my face is not quite right. But the quality inside here is so much better than the Oculus. But that clarity comes at a cost, and that's the frame rate, because I've had to turn everything to the lowest settings possible to try and get a consistent 90 frames, and it still doesn't quite get that all the time. And that's even on a 1070 Ti. So the Pimax unit I've got is called a 5K Plus. I think that means it's 5K over both eyes, which is a really big step up from the Oculus, which is something like 1200. Anyway, I don't know specs all that well on these VR units. Needless to say, this looks a lot better. I did have my first race in 3 weeks on Friday or Saturday? Yesterday, yeah, I think it was yesterday. And it was at Suzuka, where we are now, and managed to come first in my first race back, which is cool. I've got pretty good pace around here. Lap invalidated. I turned in with my DRS open. It's lucky I didn't lose it altogether. put a lap on the board. Pretty cautious through there.
Fastest lap for Stroll, 142.6.
Wahee! Pole position by 1.5 seconds. Speak. Sorry, I'll mute. Alright then, I think there's only 3 of us racing, so I'll probably stick around, do the start, and yeah, when we get bored we'll leave and talk about the rim a little more maybe, or the headset, or whatever. But I'm going to try and see if anyone's left any comments. My computer screen is so far away, so it's really hard to see where I am. I've got to get a new, got to get like a monitor stand thing and put a monitor in front of me, even though I race in VR, just so I can see what the hell's going on, without looking like a real gimp looking up over there. So yeah, cool. Alright, everything looks to be streaming. Sorry again, I don't have chat window in my VR headset, so we're going to have to deal with that. People not quite understanding the how fast the lap was. It was decent lap. I had more pace in the bag. Alright, more pace in my back pocket. I was just being a bit cautious because I threw away that first lap.
That's the end of the session. You're on pole. Well done.
Last race I did, I accidentally, because I got dual clutch now on my wheel to be able to do starts better, I pulled them in, and because I hadn't raced for so long, I just had blanked and not put it in gear, so I let the clutches out, and I was on the line just full revs. I was lucky I didn't get run into, because that happens a lot when someone misses the start, so, yeah. I think this will be just us.
The air temp is 24 Celsius. You're in pole. Okay, Zoltan, get ready. Green, green, green.
first lap is going to be pretty crazy because, crazy, not that crazy, but the weather's cooler, it's overcast, tyres aren't warm. Just got to take it a little easy. Until we get the tyres up to temperature. The guys look like they're having fun. Scrappy. I usually go through 130R with my DRS wide open during qualifying, but in the race it's a bit more dangerous as shit. Great, gotta slow down. Well, this is good. A little bit more action. Too far back. With DRS. More fun than driving off into the distance anyway. Give us some action for a few laps. Oh! Okay.
That's it.
It's funny. Oh, I spoke way too soon. Yep, I think everyone's done. Well then, might do a couple more laps and call it a day as well. There we go. Well, what else? I'll talk to you a little bit about. I'll talk to you a bit about the wheel and the headset. So the wheel first. It was handmade by a guy that I came across in the iRacing forums. He was building replica high-end wheels. And so I asked if he could do the 2018 Ferrari F1 wheel. So it's pretty similar to the Ferrari F1 car last year. It cost about 1,400 euros, so it's, you know, expensive wheel. That's about $2,000 Australian, which is pretty hefty. But as you can see, it looks incredible. It feels incredible, except for one gripe I have: the grips are just too fat for my little hands, so it becomes a little bit tiring as the race goes on. What else? One of the other bad things is it came from Romania, and when I got the rim, the box that it was in was pretty beat up, and it wasn't in any other kind of hard protective case, so I didn't notice any damage, but the LEDs up here are not working, and sort of tried everything on the software side, and various different cables and whatnot, but nothing seemed to fix it. And so the guy who made it said he'd fix it for no charge, and but the catch was, I have to send it back to Romania. So I went out and bought a nice hard Pelican case so that it would be safe going back. Spent like $150 on express shipping, and then I marked it down as like having a nominal like $1,000 value, just so I could claim some insurance on it if anything went wrong. But by doing that, it meant that once it got to Romania, it had to clear customs, and they wanted him to pay tax on it. And he didn't want to pay the tax on it, so in the end he kind of just left it, and DHL sent it back to me. So I was without a wheel for 3 or 4 weeks. I didn't get the LEDs fixed, and I never thought I was going to see the wheel again. So yeah, that side of things is pretty disappointing, especially for such an expensive wheel. And now I'm not sure if I want to take the risk of sending it back if something else happens again and the guy decides not to pick it up. I don't know. It's just pretty wacky. If you're a business owner, you should do whatever you can when your product is faulty to satisfy your customer. You should be wearing the cost of shipping. You should be, like, if it was going to cost whatever, 100, 200, 400 bucks, whatever it is, to clean customs, you should have just done it. Right, so now it's, instead of getting an awesome glowing response, he's kind of got this mixed one. We're pretty happy with the gear, but not real happy with that service kind of thing. So anyway, a bit of a lesson learned. Yeah, maybe spend a bit more time researching everything. I did it pretty impulsively. And the Pimax, so this is a VR company that started on Kickstarter, and they made their 4K headset a fair few years back now, and then they ran another one to do the 5K plus and 8K headsets. And I had ordered this in October, start of October last year, but they hadn't even really started delivering to their Kickstarter backers yet, and I was a pre-order, so I ended up getting it probably mid-March, start of March, something like that. So it wasn't too bad, the wait time, considering the amount of units that they're going to have to ship out. Like it was hugely successful as a Kickstarter, so was that, and I had some trouble getting into work as well. It wouldn't track properly, but Playback support was great. They had a team viewer session with me, and they were able to flash it with some BIOS, not BIOS, what is it, firmware, and it all came good again. And it's incredible, like, the field of view is enormous. And now going back to the Oculus, it makes it feel like you're looking through a vacuum cleaner pipe or something. Like it's just so narrow, the field of view in the Oculus compared. And also the increased pixel density makes the screen door effect almost non-existent. Like, it's awesome. But I'm in a situation now where I'm having to run it on super low settings because of just how many pixels there are. Even my 1080 Ti can't handle it, or struggles to keep it at 90 frames a second. So that means I just started looking at the 2080 Ti's to see, you know, what's it worth if I exchange or sell my one and buy a new 2080 Ti. But man, it's still a lot of money, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to see how this streaming plays out, because I might be able to just get away with it for a little bit. This is an official race because, as I said, I got good pace. And you saw Axel. He was ranked actually higher than me, and he was the second half of my pace, which is, that's pretty crazy. So it's not often I get really good gap in these cars. So yeah, I wish I could see the chat in here. So I can have a bit of banter going on while I do these pointless laps. Chicane was the famous Ed Senna and Alain Prost collision. I can't remember what year it was, but I do know it was for the championship. In that there was hardly any points between them, and I think Ed ended up getting disqualified though because of how he re-entered the track. Like, it was all pretty political shit. You know, Alain Prost was very cozy with the FIA. So Ed, yeah, unfortunately lost that championship, and you know, he could have been a what was he? Was he 3-time, 4-time, 3-time world champ, I think. Spoon curve. This corner is a tough one. I used to fucking bin it all the time there. I've got better at it. But even still, like, still approach it with some caution. decent lap times. Now that I've turned most of the graphics settings to low, I'm getting pretty good consistent frame rates. You can see it drops a few every now and again. I'm curious to see it when the grid is bigger. What are we done? We're half distance. Waste of time. I don't know. I'm going to keep doing laps. Good practice. I'm hoping I can get one more race in because the one I was in had a pretty low strength of field. I think it was 1800. So the points on offer, I think I only bagged 100 points, which is, yeah, a bit sucky. But this year's championship, I think, is over because I've missed 2 or 3 weeks now.
Track temperature's increasing. It's now 26 Celsius.
Degner 1, Degner 2. I like the first Degner better than the sequel. I always seem to fuck up that Degner 2. I love this good stat about Suzuka as well. It's the only figure 8 circuit on the F1 calendar. So it's not super obvious when driving it, but you'll see. I'll let you know when we're sort of crossing the bridges and whatnot. Oh yeah, that's the bridge that goes over the road there. There's a bridge. It's not quite obvious. And just after Degner 2, that's where we go under the bridge.
Track temps increasing. It's now 28 Celsius. That's all time. Halfway up the fuel's gone. We've just done 52.6.
Because the track temperature is so cool, I'm able to come in really hard into that first corner, knowing that I'm not going to lose grip and I can brake a lot harder than I would do having the track temp a little bit higher. This corner as well is one you feel like you should be able to do it flat, but when you try and do it flat, more often than not, you end up too wide and spinning out. So I kind of do this little lift going up there, Dunlop curve, which one of the side effects of, having the graphics so low is you don't get some of those models. So that should have had a big Dunlop sign there, but it was just missing. So one of the awesome things about this wheel is the thumb rotaries. So especially being in VR, it's hard. Like, I don't know what any of these would do. So it's good to be able to have what, 6 rotaries within reach of my thumb. So this one on my right at the top is for the little black box down the bottom here. One up the top on the left hand side will go down each item, so it's kind of like scroll wheel. And then the one in here, whoa, started losing a lot of frames there. This will turn, like, increment or decrement the thing that I'm on. So right now I can change the brake bias up or down. And then I can do the same on the throttle shaping. I can turn it up or down. What's crazy is F1 drivers changing their brake bias almost every second corner, you know. The amount of cognitive load they're under is pretty impressive. So yeah, if I felt like I was locking the rears a little more, I'd shift the balance forward. Go into heavy braking zones, you want to shift it forward again. Oops. So yeah, how about that? I might make this my last lap. So I'll push hard. Center S's are awesome, but you got to make sure if you screw up at the start, you lose all that whole rhythm, and it takes time out every corner then. I had a bit of frame stutter then as well, which doesn't make it all that easy to drive. We're on a really fast lap. DRS open. Yeah, made it. A fair bit more stuttering going on now. Alright, well, we won. Yes. Let's have a bit of a look, see at the start. Had a good start. Dual clutch doing its thing. Here's my first mistake. That could have been a spin there so easy.
The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 26 Celsius.
There's the other mistake. Just too used to low fuel runs, so broke way too late and not hard enough. Corner and got a track limit penalty. Are they in the same livery? Oh no. Thinking about sending it. Just get him thinking about me though. I've done that before. And I've done this before as well. Yeah, too much curb. Front wheel hit. Too much curb. See that? It kind of throws him in the air, loosens the rear, and then it's done. Yep. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the new gear. As you can see, actually, there's one thing I didn't comment on is the screen here, which is awesome. Even though I can't see it in VR, so it's a little bit of a waste, but I think it would have looked cool on camera. You can change it to sort of whatever style you want here, and if I wasn't in VR, it gives some really great telemetry and lap times and all kinds of cool stuff there. So, yeah. Alright, anyway, if I get a chance to race again, I will stream it. But until then, look, I'm going to try and start doing this more regularly. It may not be this season super regular because I'm away a few times this month on the weekend, so I'm hoping next season I'll put in a really good campaign to try and get higher up the ladder. I think I finished 20th last year, 15th or 20th. It's not a bad result, but yeah. Anyway, catch everyone next time. Laters. Yep.